One Pride, what's going on? It's your boy, T, back at it again with another episode of Talking with T. And in today's episode, we're going to be previewing the Detroit Lions versus Seattle Seahawks Week 2 home opener. Now let's dive right into the video. I can't be the only fan that hates the Seattle Seahawks guts. They've beaten us the last 2 years. The first year we went to Seattle, it was like a shootout game, but they put up another 40-point game against us. Then last year, we're hosting them. It's like week 3 or week 4. The Lions really need to get this win. This was when we started out the season really slow. It was a shootout. The defense didn't force Seattle to punt at all. The punter didn't even need to come all the way across America from Seattle to Detroit to punt the ball. And they put up another 40-point game. But guess what? We put up 40 points too, and we still didn't win that game. Anytime you put up 40 points in a game, you should win. But last year is last year. And then to top it off, Seattle picks before us in the NFL draft when we finished behind them, and they knocked us out of the playoffs. So there's some beef with the Seattle Seahawks that I have, and I know I'm not the only Lions fan that has that beef, and it's time to beat the Seattle Seahawks. This is how we're going to do it. Number one, we have to stop Kenneth Walker. If we can stop their running game now, that's going to be money because their two starting tackles are not playing this week, and that's going to be money for James Houston and Aiden Hutchinson, John Kaminsky, the Quarros, if they're playing this week. Who else is not John Kaminsky, Zach Pascal, all the D-line guys, the outside linebackers. This is great news for the Detroit Lions. If they can stop down the run, because we all know what K9's capable of. He exposed Michigan a couple years ago when we went to Michigan State. If we let K9 just run crazy, he's going to run crazy. You have to stop the run like you did last week against the Kansas City Chiefs. And if you stop the run, that's going to put Seattle in more passing situations, and when they're in more passing situations, that's when we can send the house, and that's when we have the advantage, because like I said, both their starting tackles are likely going to be out this week, and that's where you're going to expose them. Get some pass rush, get some blitz, and stop the run. That's the key on defense. Stop the run and let Geno Smith sit back there and beat you. And if Geno Smith can sit back there and beat you, props to him, because I'm still a little iffy on Geno Smith. Last year he had a great year. Why did he have a great year? I feel like it was more of because it was a contract year, but he balled out. He's got weapons on the outside. He's got DK. We all know what DK is capable of. I want our defensive backs to keep their heads up and out of swivel, because we know DK could come out and cheap shot somebody because the game's not going his way. That's the only thing I don't like about DK. Whenever things aren't going his way, he acts like a prima donna. You know what? He's a great player. I'm not going to say anything more about him. I like him, but that prima donna cheap shot stuff needs to stop, and I'll like him even more. Then they got Tyler Lockett, but Tyler Lockett was in concussion protocol throughout from last week's game to this week, so who knows if he's going to be playing. Like I said, you stop the run, let Geno Smith beat you. I like our chances, and I like our secondary against their wide receivers, and I just like how our defense has improved vastly from when we played them last year, when we gave up 48 points till now. Last year, think about it, we had Jeff Okudah, Mike Hughes, and Omani Oruwariye starting back there. Now you got C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Jerry Jacobs, Brian Branch, Cam Sutton, Tracy Walker, Kirby Joseph, all those guys back there. I'm more confident in sending those guys out there against their wide receivers than I was last year sending out our DBs. Now on offense, what do we got to do to attack this defense? Last week, they kind of got exposed. Puka Nacua exposed the Seattle secondary, but I don't know, maybe that's not going to happen this week. They had Tariq Woolen, who shut down his side of the field, but the guy that was subbing in for Devon Witherspoon, he's sounding like he's going to play this week, so who knows, maybe the pass game might be a little sharp, their pass defense may be a little bit sharper this week, who knows, but I still think we got to get our identity is running the football. If we find more ways to get Jahmyr Gibbs the football, like I firmly believe we are going to this week, watch out, because every time he touches the ball, we all thought it last week, it could go to the house. Same with David Montgomery. Just keep imposing, have our offensive line keep imposing our will against their defensive line. I think we can wear them down. They don't really have any more studs on their defensive line. Jerron Reed from Green Bay Packers. I think this is a game the Detroit Lions should win by double digits, but it's Seattle. They're coming off a loss against the Los Angeles Rams. They're going to come in. They do not want to start 0-2, so we're going to get their best foot forward. But like I said, you are the better team. They have 2 starting tackles out. You have the advantage there, and you should be able to run the ball against Seattle, and that should open up the play-action pass. My prediction is like 31-24, 31-20 Detroit Lions. That's what I'm predicting for this game. Only way the Detroit Lions lose if they get in their own way and they don't play Detroit Lions football. That's the only way they're going to lose this season. If they get in their own way, they turn the football over and they don't play smart football. That's the only way I see the Detroit Lions losing. Other than that, you should have an opportunity to beat every single team you line up and play every week, and you should beat this team by the spread, at least 5 points. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Like the video, comment, subscribe. Please keep helping this channel grow, and I really appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.